Hello everybody. If you are running an e-commerce store on 3DCart, which is now Shift4Shop, and you want to migrate to BigCommerce, this video is for you. At Optimum 7, we've done hundreds of migrations, and we know the intricacies of both platforms. The way we do this type of migration is a bit different than our competitors. We don't import a CSV file or a database file. We will actually get everything through the API, validate special characters, character limits, because different platforms have different specifications, and we will push everything into BigCommerce through the API. This allows us to validate all the data and make sure that there are no errors. I know that there are automated systems out there that promise a migration of data, but if you have any customization, any HTML, or anything custom at all, it is not going to work. We migrate all your products, your customers, your product options, your orders, any HTML that you might have on your product pages, and any content pages. We also pay attention to any customizations or functionalities you might have added on 3DCart so that we migrate those as well. We're partners with both platforms, so we know the intricacies of each platform. Please watch the rest of the video to see at what level we do this type of migration.
This documentation shows migration from BigCommerce to Shopify, but it's essentially the same documentation that we've created for all the different platforms. The steps might change, the details might change, the API might change, but the process remains the same.
So if you look at the BigCommerce to Shopify process here, as you can see, we have database commands, we have migration commands, and we have the entire URL structures and everything. Because different platforms have different URL structures and the different special characters, limitations, there are so many exceptions, right? Not only that, if you look at our GitHub account, on GitHub, we have done these migrations before. So we have full code on how we validate the products, the customers, the orders, how we tie them together, how we process HTML if you have HTML on your product pages on BigCommerce that need to move over to Shopify. Now, BigCommerce and Shopify manage options and variables differently, right? There is actually some sort of limitation on Shopify with your options, where you cannot have unlimited options. So we validate all of this information through our code because we've done this thousands of times. And if you look at this, you'll see all kinds of migration processes here, and every single piece of code basically makes sure that we validate this information through the API. This is not an export-import of a CSV file. You cannot do migration for a website that does millions of dollars annually through an automated software. The software is not going to validate any of this. Now, if you want to look at the documentation, there's a more detailed documentation that we have here. It has all these types of manual links. It has the different exceptions based on, what you can do on BigCommerce, but what you cannot do on Shopify, vice versa. Again, character limitations, the special characters, the errors that you might have. And we do all of this through our process here. As you can see, this is a very, very detailed execution. Why do we do it this way? Because it's very important that you don't lose organic ranks and you don't get 404s, because your traffic is going to drop, your sales are going to drop. It's very painful. We have a lot of prospects that used automated software and the migration did not go well and they didn't work with an expert, and they come back and they're like, well, we lost 50% of our traffic. We lost 60% of our sales. So you don't want that to happen to you. The last thing is, if you actually, again, go to optimum7.com/migrations page, you will see, let me show you that really quickly. You will see a detailed checklist that you can download here, the 125-step platform migration checklist. And that checklist looks like this. It will help you throughout the process, the platform selection, the planning, the actual migration, the storefront, the backend, the checkout, the data, the integration, and anything that has to do with the marketing, social media tracking as well. I strongly suggest that you download this because it will help you plan your entire migration process. Now, of course, we want everybody to do their due diligence. Whenever you do this kind of migration, look at examples, look at case studies of whomever you're going to work with. I'll show you some from Optimum 7. We migrated RC Superstore. It's the site that we worked on. Specialist ID, Good Counsel, Tease to Your Door, Echo Enclose. And if you actually look at this, like what happened after the migration process, I think we migrated this site in 2016. I think we migrated this in 2017. You'll see the database growth in terms of organic visibility. So their metrics have actually improved, because whenever you do a platform migration, you want to go to a speed and mobile first website, and you have to pay attention to the mobile usability metrics, and you have to make certain improvements to design. And from a conversion standpoint, you have to implement certain functionalities like search and filter. And this is all an effect of that, because Google pays attention to how because everybody has analytics, Google pays attention to how your users and your customers interact with your website. Okay, so do your due diligence definitely to go through the process, but this is very, very important. Please make sure you do the 3.0 and redirects properly at the end. That's one of the most important aspects of this. You don't want to lose your ranks. You don't want to lose money. You don't want to lose the authority that you've worked so hard to build. And if you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you. I hope that this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at optimum7.com. You can always email info@optimum7.com or click the link below.
Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to our channel for more videos on marketing, e-commerce, custom development, and much more. Plus, new episodes of Surge, our weekly e-commerce and digital marketing podcast released every Wednesday.